Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, last night I was dealing with my child who was very emotional, and part of the reason she was so emotional is because we made a huge mistake when we first moved back to Alabama from New Mexico, and we made a huge mistake. And we decided we were going to try out a Baptist church. Nothing against churches or whatever. Church isn't really my thing. I follow Christ and I'm close to God and I pray to God every single day. And I try to be a good person. I just try to be a good follower of Christ. That's besides the point. Anyways, we made a mistake. We regretfully attended Cowboy Baptist Church in Irvington, Alabama, and it was a huge mistake. Like, I don't know why we were so dumb to try to go to a Baptist church. My husband grew up Baptist, and he never liked going to Baptist church, so I don't know why we chose to go to a Baptist church, okay? Anyways, so we went there for about 2 months. And then one Sunday I decided the kids wanted to go to church because they had made friends there and they seemed to enjoy the youth group. So one Sunday I couldn't go, so I took them, I dropped them off, and a couple days after they went that Sunday, my daughter Emery came up to me crying and told me she didn't know how to tell me this before, but she doesn't want to go back to that church because the preacher stood on the podium and made fun of her in front of the entire congregation. He didn't call her out by name specifically, but he said that dressing emo, which is how my daughter dresses, I did the same thing when I was her age. But he said that dressing emo or punk or whatever is a sin. And what else did he say again? I'm sorry, guys.
And so is listening to that trash music.
So is listening to the trash rock music. So the entire congregation, well, not all of them, I think from what my daughter said, not everyone agreed, but the majority of the congregation agreed with him. And they all stood up and clapped and said their amens. And that really hurt my daughter. Like, it really hurt her to the point that she doesn't even know if she believes in God or Jesus anymore, or if she wants to follow Jesus. So a preacher from a Baptist church completely almost ruined my daughter's faith. I feel like she's starting to come back into the faith a little bit just by talking to me and her dad and staying away from these evil churches. I feel like she's coming back a little bit in her faith, but it takes time, it's not going to happen overnight. And she has literally cried her eyes out over what that preacher said to her that day, like more than once, to the point that I kind of want to sue them for the pain that they've put my daughter through. Well, that he's put my daughter through. I mean, it truly hurts me, probably more than it hurt Emery. Like, I've cried over someone being so rude to my little 12-year-old daughter, like, more than once. And it's definitely caused an emotional toll on this entire family. I don't really know where to go from here. I don't know. I just know that I've demanded an apology from the preacher at the Cowboy Baptist Church. And if I don't get it, if my daughter doesn't get that apology, then I will have to move on to other steps. But it's never okay to be mean to children. It's never okay. And what is that verse about children again? About anyone who harms
it's better for them to tie a millstone around their neck
better
and
for
drown
them to-
themselves in the ocean than to harm a child.
Exactly.
That's in Matthew.
So I kind of feel like that applies to, like, you know, child molesters and stuff like that. But I think it also applies to this in a way, because he completely made my daughter lose her faith. Luckily, she's got parents that teach her well, and we teach her right from wrong, and we teach her about the Bible, and we teach her all of that. So I'm hoping that will bring her back a little bit, but we're definitely staying away from churches, especially Baptist churches.
For Today is playing right now, and Maddie became a pastor.
So if you want any advice from this video, if you want to take any advice, stay away from Baptist churches. That's the only advice I can give you.
Stay away from churches in general.
Watch your kids. Be careful who is influencing your kids, even if they're at the church. Be careful. Because there's so many Pharisees out there. Anyways, y'all have a blessed day. And thanks for listening to me rant for a little bit. And I will give you give an update on what happens with this. Thanks.